Hey guys, it's Princess Dyanna back with another video. And today we are going to do a tutorial on highlighting and contouring. So, I already have my foundation on and basically my eye makeup. And I just want to go ahead and pretty much just do the highlight and contour. So let's get into it. Okay, so I like to start with contouring. Today we are going to use Colourpop contour and it's shade Rich 75. So basically, where you want to contour, the main place is you do this and just go where your jawline is. So I'm just gonna start. The other side. The other place I like to contour, if you have a rounder face, I like to contour under my jawline. It just defines the jawline more, so I go. And then of course your forehead. I just do dots on my forehead. Nose. Depends on how defined you like to be. I like to go up a little bit higher, but it really just depends on your preference. Okay, so that's that for the nose. Forehead, nose, cheekbones, and jawline. And then once you're done with that, you're just going to take your sponge. I already got it wet. Good tip, I watched a lot of YouTube videos and nobody ever gave me the tip to wet the sponge. So I always just use the sponge dry. But I definitely like wetting it, so make sure that you do that. And now you just blend. I like to blend hair for it. I like to blend hair for it. I like to blend hair for it first because the sponge likes to absorb the contour and I don't like it to be too messy, so I just do this part first. And I use this part of it. And the trick I like to use when I'm blending, this is an older song, but I don't know, I just think of it when I'm blending. If it doesn't look right, like it still looks like a really strong line, I just keep blending, 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 just keep blending, just keep blending, blending, blending. I just do that until it looks a little bit more natural. Then I go to the other side and do the same thing. And for this, I like to blend it with my foundation brush first, my nose, just because it's such a smaller area, and then I blend it with my sponge, so. If you have to dab your foundation brush, clean it off as you go, that's fine. Another good way to blend this part is those little bitty sponges. I don't actually have one right now. I used to, but I don't know where it went. That's a really good tool to blend right here, right on your nose. Okay, and then use foundation brush for the other side. For this side, the foundation brush did a little bit more justice, so. Next, I like to go forehead. Just keep blending, blending, blending. Just keep blending, blending, blending. Just keep blending, blending, blending. Okay, and I have that blended as well. When I do this, I like to stretch my face over so that I'm making sure I'm really hitting that jawline. your sponge starts to get like too full, I just like to wipe it somewhere. Normally I have like a towel I wipe it on, but I'm just gonna use my hand for now. Now that you've contoured, you just go ahead and go in with your highlight. So, I feel like my video is a little crooked. I like to start with my Colourpop. I honestly don't remember what shade this is, and it's not on the bottom, but I like to start with this one, and then you'll notice this one is kind of like a little bit dark. It's not darker than my face, but it's darker than what I normally go with. I do more of this one like on my forehead just because it's darker and it blends a little bit better. But when I go to my under eye, I like to do a lighter one, but I start with this one. So basically, under the eye, you're going to make a triangle shape this way. Okay, so basically that's just my triangle shape on my under eye. I like to highlight this part of my nose. I like to just call this an exclamation mark because you do that part and then you do this part. Then I go here. In here. And still with the darker color, I like to highlight this part just a little bit. So basically that's how that should look. And like I said, this is my darker highlight color. I'm gonna go over certain parts with a little bit lighter one. And I have the Born This Way in light medium for my lighter color. So now you just blend this in. To blend my forehead first because I don't like when it's sitting there too long. Nose next. Got that blended in there. Just keep blending, blending, blending. Last but not least, I want to blend this part, but I noticed this side goes a little bit lower, so I'm going to pull this side down a little bit. Still in the triangle shape. Blend that in. Just keep blending, blending, blending. Okay, got that part blended in as well, and then I like to go directly under the under eye with the lighter color. Actually, before I do that, I'm gonna go with super defined bright and go in with the Fenty Beauty Bamboo. So this one is pretty bright under there, but I really like to brighten up underneath. So places I accentuate with a lighter color, I go back under the under eye as close as I can to my under eye so that it lightens up under there. You don't have any dark circles or anything. Okay, now that you've gotten those parts lightened up, I don't like to lighten up the forehead too much. I think it just looks weird, so with the lighter color, I don't go in on the forehead. And I think I am gonna go lighter right here as well, but definitely no forehead because sometimes the forehead doesn't blend right. And I'm not gonna go with the lighter color under here as well because sometimes it just looks too light. Okay, so let's blend this out. Just keep blending, blending, blending. This is without actual highlight either. That's just, there's no sparkle there. And blend in a little bit more over here. Just keep blending, blending, blending. Got that blended in. Okay. Last but not least, the super light color I was telling you guys about. Let's just go directly under that under eye with that. And this is the Born to Be in the light medium that I referenced earlier. Most important parts, I just like to super highlight. I said directly under that under eye, as close as you can get with this color. Do more of one of these triangle shapes here with this one, just so that it focuses directly under that under eye. Just like that. Let that sit for a little second just so that it soaks in there. Okay, and let's blend, baby. Just keep blending, blending, blending. Okay, so that's it with that. So it's all blended in super good. Okay, so once you've got all of the highlight on where you want it, then you're just going to use, I like to use either La Mercier setting powder, or I have this Sacha Buttercup setting powder. Works pretty good with the Laura Mercier setting powder. You want to leave it on for anywhere from like 8 to 10 minutes. With this one, I only leave it on from like 3 to 6 minutes, just because you don't want like a super chalky look. I like to put it right under the under eye first, just because I like it to be there the longest. It has the best effect there, of course. Pretty much exactly where you put the other highlight, just in that general triangle vicinity, just to cover that up. Make sure that you do not get this on the contour, or try to avoid it as best as you can. I like to throw a little bit on my forehead, not too much on the forehead. Once again, watch, I take this one off sooner than the other ones. I like to go right in there so it sets that. Of course, the tip of my nose, that exclamation point. Right in there a little bit. Make sure that you cut that crease. This one, once again, I don't like to leave it on there as long, but I like to get that effect there. Cut that crease, baby. So this is how it should look with the setting powder on. Basically, just like I said, everywhere that you put that highlight. I'm gonna go up a little bit higher here just because I know I have highlight up there. Okay, so I say let these parts sit in from anywhere from 2 to 4 minutes, and then these ones anywhere from like 3 to 6. Just depends. This one, take off the soonest probably if I were you. And I like to go here, then I go here, and then I go here, but I'll show you. So come back in about 3 to 5 minutes, I'll be back.
A few moments later.
Okay, so now it's been about 3 minutes and I wiped this part off first.
What?
I'm recording. Just keep blending, blending, blending. Don't forget that forehead, like I said. And this part. Next, I like to go the nose. And I like to let this part sit in a little bit longer. Okay, and it's time. Make sure you get it all the way off. So this is the effect that gives you. It just gives you like a smooth effect. Okay, so then if you want to go in with the darker color for this, just to make it like that smooth powder look as well, I like to use the Too Faced Cocoa Contour. And I use the deep cocoa down here. I use this part of my brush and I like just go in a little bit, go over those spots just to give it that powder finish. Not too much. Okay, so once you're done, I'm not sure if that made any difference, but I have an effect like this. Okay, so once you do that, last step is I like to use this end of my brush for like a actual highlight, my glitter highlight. I go in with the CANDYMAN Colourpop. Basically just go in this general vicinity right here. And I like to go up above my eyebrow. Some different people do it different, but so like that whole little area right there. You know what they say, there's never such thing as too much highlight. Ooh, girl, highlight popping. But no, seriously, when they say there's never such thing as too much highlight, first I'm like, that's ridiculous. But then I started believing them because that highlight just, ooh, ooh, ooh. You don't want to disconnect, make sure that you get it all the way, ooh, ooh. Other side. Like I said, just that general and up. Make sure you get that nose. Don't forget that nose, girl. Don't forget that nose, girl. I actually like to go in with this brush, or a brush of this size for my nose, so I can get that focus point. And we highlight it, baby. A little bit in there, a little bit in there. Okay, so after I use that one, I like to go in with this. I have a BB, it's called Loose Powder Highlight. It's very strong, so you don't need a lot of it. So basically, I dip my highlight brush in, barely. And when I dip that in, it comes with about that much powder. Looks like it's not a lot. Make sure that you dab it on your hand because it's a lot. I'll show you. That's how much powder you get out of that little bitty dip. So then from there, you can put it on your cheek. Don't need a lot. Same with the other side. Like I said, you don't need a lot, so literally just dip it from your hand. This one reminds me of the Fenty Trophy Wife. It's like that yellower tone. Once you're done with that, you're pretty much done with the highlight and contour. You can throw a little bit of this one on your nose as well if you want to. Like I said, you don't need a lot, so be very careful, especially when you're doing your nose. You can throw a little bit up there if you want. This is what I mean when I'm like, be careful with this area because you do not need a lot on your forehead. Your forehead will be shining. Because I did that, I want to put some CANDYMAN on my forehead because that BB has my forehead shining, look, kinda. Blend, blend, blend. Just keep blending, blending, blending. There we go. Okay, so once you're satisfied with your highlight and contour, I go ahead and use the setting spray. I just use the Urban Decay All Night. By the way, this is like the best setting spray ever. I'll go to sleep and wake up the next day, forget to take my makeup off. My makeup is still flawless the next day, so this is definitely a very good investment. I slept on it for a long time. So I like to spray about, let me show you guys how far, about this far away from my face, and I just go down my face, so. That's about how much I spray, and then once I do that, I like to fan it. I just grab anything really. I'm grabbing some papers, I'm fanning that in there. Papers aren't the best. There we go. Ow! Okay, so once it's dry, your look is pretty much done. Scoop back, you can see it. Okay, perfect. I hope you guys liked this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you did like it, make sure that you subscribe so that you can see my future updates. Also, make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, just so that I know that you guys like it. And also comment below and give me video ideas of what you guys want me to do. I want to know what you guys want because as my subscribers, you guys are going to be the ones watching. So just let me know if you want me to review something specifically, if you want me to do joke videos, chit chat, get ready with me, story times, all of that. Let me know so that I know what you guys are wanting and what you guys like. Thank you so much for watching.
Our favorite songs. We can stay up all night. Yeah, we'll show them we were right. The city is ours for life. Will you take my hand?
I'm a strong